What if I told you that the future of smartphones is already here? But it comes with a twist, literally. The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 is slimmer than ever, packed with flagship cameras, and looks like it jumped straight out of a sci-fi movie. But here's the real question: has Samsung finally nailed the foldable dream? Or did they secretly take away some features that made earlier folds special? Today on Tech Insights, we're going to dive deep into everything about the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Its design, cameras, performance, and the big question: is it worth its nearly $2,000 price tag? Before watching, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can get notified on daily tech updates. The Galaxy Z Fold lineup has always been about one bold idea: combining a phone and a tablet into one device. Over the years, it has gotten slimmer, lighter, and more practical. But the Z Fold 7 feels like the biggest leap yet. Why? Because it looks and feels much closer to a regular flagship phone when folded, yet it still opens up into a massive 8-inch display that transforms how you use it. This is not just an upgrade. It feels like Samsung's attempt to erase the compromises that held foldables back. Let's start with design. The Z Fold 7 measures just under 9'1" when folded, astonishingly close to the Galaxy S25 Ultra. It's so thin that you'd almost forget it hides a second display inside. And it's lighter, 24 grams less than the Fold 6. That may sound like a small change on paper, but in your hand it makes a huge difference. Opening it for the first time almost feels magical. It snaps open perfectly flat, with a hinge that's sturdier than ever. Samsung says it's rated for 500,000 folds, and honestly, I believe it. Unlike older models, this doesn't feel like an experimental device anymore. It feels polished, premium, and reliable. The cover screen is now 6.5 inches, wider and more natural to use than the Fold 6. No more awkward typing on a narrow keyboard. This feels like a regular smartphone display. You can easily scroll social media, reply to messages, or even binge YouTube without unfolding it. But once you do and the magic happens. The main 8-inch AMOLED display is brighter, sharper, and smoother than ever, hitting 2600 nits and 120 Hz refresh rate. The crease. It's still there, but far less noticeable. Unless you catch it in a reflection, you'll forget it even exists. Now, foldables aren't just about design. They need power to back it up. The Z Fold 7 is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy, the same flagship chip as the S25 Ultra, paired with 12 GB of RAM. Performance is buttery smooth. Apps launch instantly, multitasking feels natural, and gaming on that massive screen is nothing short of incredible. Interestingly, Samsung did something unusual here. They tuned the chip slightly lower at peak performance, which means it doesn't overheat as quickly. So yes, you lose about 10% raw speed compared to the Ultra, but you gain better sustained performance and surprisingly strong battery life. That's a smart trade-off. Speaking of battery, the Z Fold 7 sticks to 4400 mAh, same as before, but efficiency has improved. In real-world tests, it lasts longer than the Fold 6 despite having a larger display. You can comfortably get through a day of heavy use, and in video playback tests, it even came close to matching the Ultra. Considering it's powering 2 displays, that's genuinely impressive. But what about the cameras? This is where Samsung made one of the biggest improvements. The Fold 7 finally gets a true flagship main sensor, a 200MP camera that it shares with the S25 Ultra. The difference is noticeable, especially in low light. Photos come out sharp, detailed, and vibrant. But here's the clever part: the ultra-wide camera now has autofocus, which means when the main camera struggles to focus on close subjects, the phone automatically switches to ultra-wide. That solves one of the most annoying issues from the Fold 6. The under-display selfie camera is gone, replaced with a 10MP hole-punch selfie shooter. Some people may miss the full uninterrupted display, but honestly, this is the right move. The old under-display camera looked like a cheap laptop webcam. The new one is much sharper and far more useful, especially for video calls. Video recording is also stronger than ever. You can shoot in 8K, capture stabilized 4K at 60 fps, and even use log recording for professional color grading. For vloggers and content creators, the Fold 7 might actually replace a camera for certain types of shoots. And with cover screen preview, your subject can see themselves while you record. Small details like this show how far Samsung has refined the Fold series. Of course, no phone is perfect. Samsung did remove some features, and this will upset longtime Fold fans. First, no more S Pen support. For people who loved using their Fold as a digital notebook, this is a big loss. Second, there's no vapor chamber cooling. Surprisingly, the phone still performs well in stress tests, but it's worth noting. And third, while the cameras are great, the 3x telephoto lens feels unnecessary. In fact, a 5x telephoto would have made much more sense, especially for events, travel, or concerts. Software is another big win here. The Fold 7 ships with One UI 8, and Samsung clearly designed it to take advantage of the larger display. The taskbar makes multitasking effortless, Chrome gets desktop-like tabs, and split screen is more versatile than ever. One standout feature is the new 95/5 split view. Tap the smaller app and it instantly expands, which is perfect for juggling navigation, photos, and messaging. Plus, Samsung's AI-powered photo editing tools are surprisingly powerful. From reflection removal to AI-generated edits, the Fold 7 is practically a mini photo studio in your pocket. Durability is always a concern with foldables, but the Z Fold 7 is reassuring. It's protected with Gorilla Glass Victus, reinforced with titanium in key areas, and carries an IP48 rating. That means water resistance is fine for everyday spills, though dust could still be an issue if you work in sandy environments. For most people, though, it should be tough enough to last years. So, is the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 the future of smartphones? In many ways, yes. It's thinner, lighter, and more practical than any foldable before it. It has cameras that finally compete with the best flagships, a display that feels futuristic, and software that makes multitasking genuinely useful. It's not perfect, it's expensive, the S Pen is gone, and the telephoto lens could be better. But for the first time, the Z Fold feels like more than just a luxury gadget. It feels like a device that could replace your phone and your tablet in one. The question is, would you spend $2,000 to own that future today? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think foldables like the Z Fold 7 are the next mainstream trend, or will they remain a niche for enthusiasts? Thanks for watching Tech Insights. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dive reviews and daily tech updates. See you in the next one?